All right, welcome back. It's early November '62, and focusing here on um, in Kentucky with Grant's force. Um, basically, um, Grant is mostly surrounded, and he's blockaded by the Confederate Navy here. We do have some forces that are supposedly, possibly landing in 3 days. So I've actually split up the force to be able to take these additional forces. We'll use our Navy to attempt to push the Confederate Navy out of the way. I'm also going to take back Scott, Missouri here, and we're going to reinforce Cairo after Cairo is assaulted, arriving in day 16. I'm not really sure whether or not Grant can hold or basically what our options are here. I don't really think we have a choice but to leave Grant here because there's not really a way for Grant to get by the Confederate Navy. Grant does have pontoons with him, so that is the one bright side, and is currently, at least for the moment, supplied. The other kind of interesting thing happened out here in Montgomery, where we did win. I think mainly because Johnson's Corps didn't participate. So what we're going to do is we're going to reinforce Milroy's Corps with another brigade and put him on hold at all costs. Meanwhile, I'm going to rally Wallace's force, which will be taken over by Rosecrans and the other Wallace's force to Montgomery on the offensive and see if we can bring them to battle and defeat the forces here. The other kind of big thing that's happening is we're trying to accumulate some pretty large forces here in the DC area, and we have some number of click on that there. There we go. Nope. There we go. And some more forces also on the way or about to be finished. So we'll be able to hopefully fill in these 6 divisions relatively soon. One plus thing is Grant is now going to take over Dix. Dix will now report to Grant because Grant has that very long strategic area, and General McClellan will just be recruiting up here in Louisville. So we basically have Halleck, McClellan training troops, and I have Sigel training troops here in DC. Those are the main highlights. I am going to send our Navy to the Hermobile River just to make sure no forces are going to cross that way. Otherwise, we're pretty well protected between here, and here. So it's difficult for the Confederacy to do a lot of movement over the rivers. Okay, let's run the turn and see what happens. Okay, we had a couple turns, sorry, not a couple turns. We had a couple of battles. Grant was not attacked, so kind of let's sort of just go up here and focus. So Grant was not attacked, and here is what did happen was that there was I'm going to bring these forces together so you can see here. There was a naval battle that we won, and let's take a look at that specifically. Here we go. Yeah. So the Confederacy only lost 2 ships. We lost 1, so it wasn't a huge wasn't a huge attack or anything like that. So we don't have a huge amount of supply left. Actually, you can see that we have, well, we do have enough for about 3 more battles, but we did go through a fair amount of our supply. And the Confederate Navy is still here, as you can see. Ours has actually been reinforced, so our power is about twice as powerful now compared to theirs. Like I said, Grant was not attacked. So here's the current situation with my Ruger up to the north. Here is the White Forest. So you can think about what to do. One is to maybe try to retreat back to Paducah. Would be one option. We are no longer getting supplies through Island 10. So that's weird. I thought, I actually thought that we're gonna take Scott, Missouri, but it looks like our forces moved in here to the Army of Tennessee. So we'll now begin to basically slowly lose supply. So if we do abandon here, we pretty much leave Island 10 quite vulnerable. So I'm contemplating, I wonder if this would work, is if we take Scott, Missouri, set up a depot there, then we could ferry supplies across, or even through Scott, Missouri and New Madrid would be possibly another idea. It's kind of an interesting idea. I didn't see any big moves out here. I think they may have been slightly reinforced, but we also do have another division on our way as well. No big movement out here as far as I could tell. It's like maybe Jackson's been partially reinforced. The other battle we had was here in Montgomery. So let me show you that one. We won, but to take more casualties. Milroy's force did not actually participate in the battle. So here you can see the hits we took here. Looks like these forces did not. So it looks like Wallace's corps was the only one actually. Wallace's corps was the only one that actually engaged. Yeah, those are pretty much the highlights. Looks like our force has somehow been able to make it to Fort Bascom, so I guess we should be able to take that this turn and see if they have supplies. We have been taking supply hits, as you can see. Interesting. Okay, I guess that's pretty much it. All right, let's just take a quick look at the Confederacy national morale. It is we were 74. Wow, they're at 43, 142, 143. So very, very, very high. So they've lost 140,000. We've lost 154. So not a huge difference there, but definitely they've been much more strategic about it than I have been, unfortunately. Quickly point out here the force that's needed. So you can see that we're starting to get a fair amount of forces here, and so kind of need to consider what to do with them, how to get around all these large Confederate forces. All right, see you next time.